Okay. Alright, hello everyone, I am Upper Casserole. We are here within a short hike speedrun. We're doing the all feathers, medals, and hats category today, which means I need to get 20 golden feathers, 2 silver feathers, 3 medals, and 4 hats in addition to beating the game. If you've never seen this game, it's a really cozy little exploration game that I would highly recommend. So let us get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So one really nice feature this game has is a speedrunning mode where you can just hold one button, in my case right bumper on my controller, and it'll auto mash through texts as fast as possible, which is really heckin' comfy. But we use that on that first cutscene. But yeah, this is a short hike, a little exploration game. We're going to play as this bird Claire, and our goal is to get to the top of Hawk Peak, which is the provincial park that we are currently in. Right here I'm going to do what's called a chest boost, where you stand on a chest while it's opening, which flings you into the air. As you can see, with height, we can actually get quite a bit of speed, which is something we're going to be playing with all throughout the run, trying to get as high as possible, and using things like umbrellas and whatnot to fling us into the air. One of the main collectibles in this game is golden feathers. There are 20 of them. Each golden feather that we collect will give us a double jump, like it'll give us one flap of our wings in the air. So the longer this run goes on, the more feathers we're going to have, and thus the more height we're going to be able to gain under our own power. So we're going to be slowly getting faster and faster as we kind of go through the run. But for now, we're just doing some collecting, starting some side quests. I just talked to that frog, which is triggering a side quest. I'm collecting shells. We need 15 of those. And I'm also collecting a lot of money. Doing some more chest boosts here to do a little bit of sequence breaking to get up here to get some more money as we work our way over to the visitor center, and we're gonna get our first purchases in here. So very careful, I need to menu here properly. I need to purchase the hat first, because if you buy the hat first, he will also give you a golden feather for free. So we get 2 golden feathers for the price of 1, and we get our first hat. We get our third feather here, and you can see I can now actually flap my wings. And we're going to work our way over to one of the longest side quests in the game, which is this painter raccoon. We need to talk to them, I believe it's 6 different times in 6 different locations around the map in order to like encourage them to pursue their dreams of painting. So a big part of the route is sort of routed around them. But back to the beach here, we're going to go work our way over to Blackwood Forest. The other main side quest, ran out of stamina there, unfortunately. That's fine. The other main sort of side quest that's informing our routing is Avery races. So there's an NPC named Avery who we need to race 5 times in 3 different locations, but she'll only show up to challenge you to race if you've seen the finish line. So in particular, there's one race where she's going to choose to race us to this lighthouse. So it's very important that I see this lighthouse now, so that she'll actually show up to race us here later. But for now, we're going to head over to this sort of secret island where there's a silver feather hidden. Silver feathers will enhance the strength of all your golden feathers, so it'll allow us to fly significantly higher, which is really, really great. In an all golden feathers run, where the silver feathers aren't required, you would actually come out of your way to grab it anyways, because it is super heckin' valuable. But with that, we're going to get a big dive, get a lot of speed, and fly back over the island and find Avery and start our first race with her, which is right here. So in this race, we're limited to 3 golden feathers because that's all Avery has on her, but that's okay. The thing about Avery races is she is rather slow, and we have to wait for her to finish the race anyways. So we're going to spend this race collecting as much junk as we can along the way, which is kind of rude, I guess. I don't know, we're gonna style all over Avery, but we're racing her right now, and you see I'm just like going out of my way to pick up a bunch of coins. Got a golden feather on that cliff. I'm gonna dig up some treasure here, and then I guess we can go and beat her now. So we fly quickly to the lighthouse, finish the race, and we're still waiting for her to get here, so we grab this gold coin over here as well. And this is going to be a common theme. We have to do that same exact race a second time, but I'm going to do it much later in the run, actually. Oh, I'm going to talk to this rabbit here because he has good speedrunning advice. It's dangerous to go slow. That's why I go fast. True words. True words. Talking to him is a complete waste of time. I just like that dialogue. Anyways, we're gonna work our way over towards the summit now, which is sort of the main kind of any percent objective. One of the Avery races will be to the summit, so we kind of need to do it now. We're gonna water these plants, which turn into giant springboards as we fly our way up. So up near the top of the mountain, our feathers start to freeze, so the only way to get your stamina back is to actually sit in a hot spring or sit next to a fire, which is sort of an additional challenge. But with these flowers, we can sort of cheese our way up to the summit pretty quickly. This is sort of intended. It's hinted that there's like a secret way up to the summit that requires less feathers, which we get. So this is sort of the end of the any percent game, as it were. We've made it to the summit. We have this lovely 45-second cutscene here, which I won't spoil. So while we sit here and wait, I will share with you a short haiku. A short haiku is the same length as a long one. That's how it's defined. Anyways, now that we have been sufficiently trolled, we're gonna sit here some more, enjoy the sights, as we wait for this cutscene to finish.
I really liked that short haiku, by the way. I just wanted to say.
Thank you. Alright, so from here we're gonna find our painter friend again, who is right at the source of this river down here, which I have... I got confused there. Okay, there she is. And then right here I'm gonna dive past, blink and you'll miss it, I dive past an abandoned building, which is yet another Avery race location, so it's important that I see that. And now we're gonna play a game of beach stickball. So while I count to 15, if there's any announcements or donations or anything, feel free to read them out now.
All right, let's see. We're still waiting on some entries for the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee name bid wars. Currently we have one option for trainer name is Osmorn with $9. So as long as you make a donation of greater than $9, you can suggest an alternative trainer name. We also have the starter name and Starmie name are up for grabs. Any donation amount will put your bid in first place. So feel free to check out the Tiltify page, and you can select that incentive for your donation to go towards.
All right, so we have yet another Avery race here, and once again we're gonna go in the completely wrong direction because we've got some time. But yeah, we're gonna collect some more junk up here, another golden feather, a coin or two, and we're gonna grab a chest over on this cliff side too. I mean, this sort of works, I guess, because while we are going in the wrong direction, we're often going up. And of course, with height comes great speed, so it's really not, like, we're not going too far out of the way. Anyways, that's the end of the race. And again, we're still waiting for Avery to get here, so while we wait, we'll collect yet some more junk. We need a lot of money towards the end of this run. We have a bunch of really expensive golden feathers to buy. But anyways, we need to do this race a second time, so we'll immediately rematch her. And this time we're going to do some more cleanup, but this time on the lower half of the route, as it were, since we already cleaned the upper half here. So the rematch, Avery will be faster, but we have less to do this time, so it's not a big deal. Just take these umbrellas up to the top. Oh, I was trying to get a really good boost off the umbrella and ended up missing it, which is not a big deal. And once again, finish the race. We've got some stuff to do first. Excellent. Also, I'm very glad I didn't mess up the game of beach stickball. That little kid can absolutely troll you and just like spike the ball into a corner and waste like a good minute, which is real unfortunate when it happens. Fortunately, it did not. So with that, we're gonna head over to these orange islands, as they're called. There's a couple of chests we're gonna grab here, and then we're gonna rent a boat, which is a really fun segment. once we grab all this money. So we're on vacation. It seems like a great time to rent a motorboat and have some fun. We're also going to take the motorboatist's son, because he is super duper bored. And he's a really bad influence. He goads us into going really, really fast, so I'm going to try and go really fast here. Oh, I think I bonked the wall too early. I don't think I actually got sufficient speed. We'll see. Oh, I did. Okay. So if we go sufficiently fast, then he challenges us to an obstacle course, which we're going to do for a golden feather here, which is a fun little segment. So at the end of this obstacle course, this little kid has set up a ramp, and we're supposed to launch the boat off of the ramp, but if you do that, the boat will actually break. You have to do a whole side quest to fix the boat, and then you have to do this entire obstacle course a second time. But as long as we don't like drive the boat off of the ramp, we're fine. We just don't have to do that. So that's exactly what we're gonna do. I wasn't driving the boat off the ramp. You can still launch the boat off the ramp as long as you're not driving it at the time. So we get to skip all that section, which is really nice. We still have this boat, which is really fast movement, so we're going to use it while we have it. There's some garbage on this island that we need to pick up, so we pick up the 9 pieces of trash, and then this lovely deer will sell us a hat. This is, I believe, our 3rd hat now. I wanted to equip, so like the hats are purely cosmetic, and obviously this is a marathon run. I was going to equip some of the hats, but I did it in some practice runs, and it completely messed up my menuing, unfortunately, which like can very easily cost you a race against Avery. So unfortunately, we're just not going to be equipping any hats, even though we're going to collect all 4, which is too bad because they look cool, but so it goes. We're going to grab a pick here, which allows us to break through some of these rocks. Which unlocks some shortcuts through the mountain. So we're going to head back to the visitor center and do some cleanup on the front side of the island. There's a very good reason why I do this cleanup now, and it has to do with like Avery movement logic. Her movement patterns are very weird, but we want to make sure that Avery actually shows up here, which she does, which is good. So we're now racing Avery to the summit. This is an incredibly long Avery race, and as such, we're going to do a whole bunch of stuff on the way. So we're just going to start slowly meandering our way over to the summit, and hopefully we'll beat Avery there. It's not like especially tight, but you do have to be careful. You can't really afford to mess up too badly, otherwise you are going to lose. We're going to talk to this rabbit. This starts a cutscene for our final hat. I guess so, yeah, the headband. And now, okay, there's Taylor the turtle. We need to talk to them, and he runs all around this area, and he can be in a really awkward position, but that's actually not too bad. So we get the headband from them. And now I may be racing Avery, but I'm gonna hit this rock 11 times. Don't mind me. Again, this doesn't lose any time since we have to wait for Avery at the end of the race anyways. As long as we still beat her, it is completely free. So hopefully we do that. Losing this race is very, very painful, as I bet you can imagine. But we're gonna head up to Outlook Point here. There is our painter friend once again, as well as a golden feather. And now we're gonna start working our way over to the summit. We watered a bunch of plants earlier on our first trek up to the summit, and we're gonna use those plants again to make it back up a little bit faster. But we still have some chests to grab first. And this is why we didn't get any of these chests the first time around, because it makes more sense to do them while we're on the clock. Grab this one too. We should be good here. Avery, you can tell sort of by her icon on the map where she is. She should just be passing the hot spring now, so we should have plenty of time. As we make our way comfortably up to the summit. Aha! Fortunately, we don't have to do this. This is the one race you don't have to do twice, because that would be a bit awkward. But we get our medal, which is great. So we just have a little bit of cleanup left to do. We're going to talk to the college kid. Again, I have to be very careful menuing here. So I'm going to buy a golden feather, and then I'm going to say, what's your deal? Do you want money for tuition? So he's scalping feathers because he needs money for tuition, but if you pay off his tuition first, you get the silver watch, and then he gives you a discount on all golden feathers. So you have to make sure you pay off his tuition first. If you just mash through it, you won't have enough money. But yeah, he sells us 4 golden feathers, and then we're just going to grab a couple of shells as we work our way back to the visitor center for the final time. We just need to get our second silver feather, which we can get from this ox trading in the silver watch. And our painter friend, who we've chased all around the map, is at the visitor center, and we finally got golden feather 19 for our efforts. I did not mean to talk to that sign. And here we're going to talk to Avery, and we're going to challenge her to the rematch to the lighthouse race that we skipped earlier, which teleports us across the map very nicely, which is why we put it off till now. This is by far the shortest race, and it is by far the tightest race. We do not have a lot of time to mess around and do the optional stuff we need to do here. So we're just going to head over to the beach as fast as we can, pick up shell number 15, and get the shell necklace from this child, who is standing in a very nice location. They can really troll you by standing near the flower that we're about to jump off of, which kind of is awkward because the interact button and the jump button are the same. But fortunately they are not. So we just beat Avery to the lighthouse. And now we just need to talk to our aunts, get the final golden feather, and finish the run. So time's coming up very soon. And that is time. Oof. Nice run. Pretty solid time. So it was about 30 seconds or so slower than world record. Which is, yeah, not too bad for a marathon run. Can't be disappointed with that. But yeah, that is a short hike. This is a very cozy, comfy little game. I cannot recommend it enough. The speedrun is also a lot of fun. This category, for context, is a category that I've made up. It's not on the leaderboards. But I think it's a lot of fun. I think more people should run it. And yeah, you just sit through these comfy credits. I'm going to validate the run here, so I'm going to go back into my save file and just make sure that I actually got everything. So we'll do that quickly. So if we open our menu, we have 1 hat, 2 hat, 3 hat, 4 hats, 3 medals, 20 golden feathers, 2 silver feathers. So that is a valid run. So yeah, so that's a short hike. I'm Upper Casserole. You can find me at twitch.tv/uppercasserole. I do speedruns and challenge runs of various sorts. And yeah, that's pretty much it for me. So thanks so much for watching, and stick around for the follow-up great runs.